You know what's fascinating? The harder you chase opportunities, the faster they seem to run away from you. It's like trying to catch a cat. The moment you start running after it, it bolts. But sit down, mind your own business, and suddenly that cat's rubbing against your leg, demanding attention. Opportunities work exactly the same way. And if you've been exhausting yourself chasing after them with nothing to show for it, I'm going to show you why that's happening, and more importantly, how to reverse it. Let me guess what's been going on in your life. You're putting yourself out there, you're hustling, you're following all the advice, you're networking until your face hurts from smiling, you're sending out resumes or pitches or messages, and yet somehow other people seem to have opportunities falling into their laps while you're getting crickets. You watch someone who seems to do half the work you do, and they're getting invited to things, offered positions, handed chances that you'd kill for, and you're thinking, what am I doing wrong? Why isn't this working for me? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Here's what I want you to understand, and this is crucial. You're not doing anything wrong by taking action. Action is absolutely necessary. But there's a specific energy behind chasing that repels the very things you want. When you chase, you're operating from a frequency of lack, of desperation, of not having. And the universe, people, opportunities, they all pick up on that frequency. It's like going on a date and spending the whole time trying to convince the other person to like you. How attractive is that? Not very. But when you show up as someone who already knows their value, who's already complete, who has something to offer, now you're magnetic. The problem isn't that opportunities are scarce. The problem is that most people are positioned wrong to receive them. Think about it like this. If I wanted to catch rain, I wouldn't run around with a bucket trying to chase individual raindrops, would I? That would be insane. I'd simply position my bucket in the right place and let the rain come to me. But that's exactly what most people do with opportunities. They're running around frantically trying to catch individual drops when they should be positioning themselves to receive the downpour. Now, let me share something with you that changed everything for me. There's a principle in physics called resonance. When two objects vibrate at the same frequency, they naturally attract each other. Think about how a tuning fork works. Strike one tuning fork at a certain frequency, and another tuning fork across the room will start vibrating at the same frequency without you even touching it. That's resonance. That's attraction without effort. And this same principle applies to opportunities. The opportunities you want are already vibrating at a certain frequency. Maybe it's the frequency of success, confidence, value, expertise, whatever that opportunity represents. And if you're vibrating at the frequency of desperation, neediness, lack, guess what? No resonance, no attraction. It's not personal. It's just physics. You and that opportunity are on different channels. You're trying to watch channel 5 on a television that's tuned to channel 3. It doesn't matter how hard you stare at that screen. You're not going to see what you want until you tune to the right frequency. So how do you tune to the right frequency? How do you become the kind of person who attracts opportunities instead of chasing them? I'm going to break this down into practical steps that you can start implementing today. And I promise you, if you do this consistently, you'll start noticing a shift within weeks. First, you need to become ridiculously valuable in your space. Notice I didn't say famous. I didn't say popular. I said valuable. There's a massive difference. Value is about what you can actually do for others, what problems you can solve, what skills you possess. When you focus on building real, tangible value, you become a magnet. Think about the people in your life who are genuinely excellent at something. Don't they seem to attract opportunities without even trying? That's not luck. That's the natural result of value. So ask yourself, what am I becoming excellent at? What problem can I solve better than most people? And then go deep on that, obsessively deep. Don't spread yourself thin, trying to be mediocre at everything. Be exceptional at something specific. Second, shift your energy from taking to giving. This is counterintuitive, I know. You want opportunities, so your instinct is to focus on what you can get. But here's the secret that transformed everything for me. The more you give without expectation of return, the more the universe seems to conspire to give back to you tenfold. Start providing value everywhere you go. Share your knowledge freely. Help people without keeping score. Make introductions. Offer your skills. Solve problems you see without being asked. When you operate from abundance, from a genuine desire to contribute, people notice. And more importantly, you start vibrating at the frequency of abundance, which is exactly the frequency that opportunities resonate with. Third, build what I call strategic visibility. This isn't about being everywhere or posting constantly or being loud. It's about being visible in the right places to the right people in a way that demonstrates your value. If you want opportunities in your field, where do the decision makers in your field spend their time? What do they read? What events do they attend? What problems keep them up at night? Position yourself there, not to pitch yourself, but to add value. Contribute to discussions. Share insights. Be helpful. When someone in a position to offer opportunity sees you consistently showing up and adding value, you become top of mind. And when an opportunity arises, guess who they think of first? Not the person who sent them a desperate cold email, the person who's been genuinely helpful and present. Fourth, cultivate what I call quality connections over quantity connections. Stop trying to network with everyone. Stop collecting business cards or LinkedIn connections like they're Pokemon. Focus on building real relationships with a smaller number of people. Be genuinely interested in them. Remember details about their lives. Check in without wanting something. Celebrate their wins. Support them through challenges. Real relationships are the foundation of opportunity attraction. Because here's what happens. When people genuinely like you and trust you, they actively look for ways to help you. They think of you when opportunities come across their desk. They recommend you. They advocate for you. You can't buy that kind of support, and you definitely can't chase it. You can only cultivate it through authentic connection. Fifth, develop unshakable self-belief. This is the foundation everything else is built on. If you don't believe you deserve opportunities, if you don't believe you're capable, if you don't believe you have value to offer, then no amount of strategy will work. Your lack of belief will sabotage you every time. It'll show up in how you present yourself, how you communicate, how you show up in rooms. So you need to do the inner work. You need to reprogram the beliefs that are keeping you small. Start treating yourself like someone who deserves opportunities. Start speaking to yourself like someone who's capable of extraordinary things. Start acting like someone who has something valuable to offer the world. Because you do. You absolutely do. But if you don't believe it, nobody else will either. Sixth, create what I call evidence of excellence. Don't just tell people you're good at something. Show them. Build a portfolio. Create content. Document your process. Share case studies. Write about what you've learned. The beautiful thing about the world we live in today is that you don't need permission to demonstrate your expertise. You don't need a platform given to you. You can build your own. Start that blog. Launch that YouTube channel. Create that portfolio website. Not because you're chasing opportunities through these channels, but because you're creating visible proof of your value. And when opportunities come looking, and they will, they'll find abundant evidence that you're exactly who they need. Seventh, practice what I call strategic patience. This is the hardest part for most people because we live in an instant gratification world. But here's the truth. The best opportunities don't come from frantic chasing. They come from consistent, patient positioning. You're planting seeds. Some will sprout in weeks, some in months, some in years. But if you're consistently doing the work, building value, giving generously, showing up authentically, connecting meaningfully, the harvest will come. Patience isn't passive waiting. It's active faith in the process while continuing to do the work. Here's what I want you to understand. When you stop chasing and start attracting, everything changes. Your energy changes, your presence changes, the way people respond to you changes. You stop feeling desperate and start feeling abundant. You stop feeling like you're begging for scraps and start feeling like you're selecting from options. And that shift in energy, that shift in frequency, that's what creates the magnetic pull. Think about the most successful people you know or have studied. Do they seem frantic? Do they seem desperate? No. They seem certain. They seem calm. They seem like they know something the rest of us are still figuring out. And what they know is this. They don't need to chase because they've positioned themselves to attract. They've built real value. They've cultivated genuine relationships. They've created evidence of their excellence. They've tuned themselves to the frequency of the opportunities they want to receive. So here's what I want you to do right now, today, as soon as this video ends. Pick one thing, just one. Maybe it's reaching out to someone in your field to offer help with no expectation of return. Maybe it's starting to document your expertise in some visible way. Maybe it's investing time into becoming exceptional at one specific skill. Maybe it's working on your self-belief through daily affirmations and visualization. Just pick one thing and commit to it for the next 30 days, not half-heartedly, fully committed. Give it everything you've got, and watch what starts to happen. Because here's what I've learned over decades of studying success and watching transformations. Small, consistent actions in alignment with the right principles create massive results over time. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. You just need to start tuning to the right frequency. And every small action you take either tunes you closer or further away from what you want to attract. The opportunities you want are out there right now. They're looking for someone. The question is, are you positioned to be found? Are you vibrating at the frequency that will attract them? Are you building the value that will make them want you? Are you cultivating the relationships that will connect you? Are you creating the evidence that will convince them? Are you developing the belief that will allow you to receive them? Stop chasing. Start attracting. Position yourself. Build value. Give generously. Connect authentically. Believe deeply. And watch how the universe starts delivering exactly what you need, exactly when you need it, in ways you never could have orchestrated through chasing. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 7 strategies you're committing to for the next 30 days. Just pick one and declare it. There's power in public commitment. And while you're down there, if this resonated with you, hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started. I'm going to keep sharing everything I've learned about creating the life you want through alignment and attraction rather than force and chasing. This is just the beginning. Your transformation starts now. Let's go.